Hi everyone, this is Persephone with your weekly card reading for the week beginning February 15th, 2021. Again, we have a really positive card spread for February, so this is exciting. I hope these 2 weeks in February have worked out well for you, and I hope it's been like the readings where it's just been so positive and forward-moving, fun, and happy, even during these crazy times. So hopefully that there's been a lot of good in there. So I'm using the Muse Tarot deck, and I drew 3 cards, and I drew the Fool, and then I drew the Six of Inspiration, and the Eight of Voices. And so I think this is kind of interesting. We've talked a lot in the past few readings, even in January and into now, about moving forward with whatever new project you're working on, or just like whatever new goals you've had and whatever's been set in motion. I feel like this is saying that this is the time when it starts to come into fruition, where it newly comes into real fruition. Like maybe the project is released, maybe the new job is started, maybe whatever it is in your life, it's going, and there it is, like on the new level. The Fool is like a new beginnings, just stepping out on this brand new adventure. It's like the first steps of the hero's journey. So whatever it is that you've started, and you are on the journey, and you're there. You're brand new at it, but there you are. Also, it comes with the Six of Inspiration, which is 6 of Wands. And that is the card of like public recognition, victory, winning, wearing the crown. Like, see, she's standing above and everyone sees her, and she's wearing the golden star. And so perhaps if your project has like been put out in the world, or your job is there and you're doing it now, so it's more like out there in the world, not just in your head or at home in your office or whatever like that. So it's out there, and then you almost immediately start getting recognition for that project, and it goes well really fast, and maybe almost uncomfortably fast in some ways, because the next card is the Eight of Voices, which is the card of having negative self-talk, negative limiting beliefs, false beliefs about yourself, like, oh, I'm not good enough, or oh man, they're just gonna see I'm not really that creative, I don't really know what I'm doing, I'm not really great at my job, and I'm just faking it. None of that's true. So all of this is about those kind of lies we tell ourselves and the untruths we tell ourselves from our own wounded inner child, inner selves, our difficult pasts, or whatever it is that created that kind of inner voice for us. And so one of the important things to do this week is going to be to not listen to those voices. For me, I do energy work sessions. When those pop up, I clear it. I look for the source, where it came from, and just release it. And then sometimes even energetically reprogram it with positive and true messages, like, I am worthy, I did work hard for this, I deserve my success. And so whatever way works best for you to deal with those negative voices, it's a really good week to do that, because you're at the beginning of this success, the beginning of this really positive period of success, really, and like fruits of your labors. And you're going to have to know how to manage those negative voices, and how to release them and get rid of them, so that you could just move forward and know that you have earned this, you've done it, and you've done the work, and you should reap the rewards and the benefits, and you should be proud of yourself. And so just work on that a little bit when they pop up, and know that those negative things and negative self-talk are just not true. No one's perfect. Everybody messes up. No one knows what they're doing. That's just what being a human is. And so when you have those limiting negative beliefs, just know everybody feels that way sometimes. It's not even truth when it's such negative talk. It's just negative voices from the past, and it's time to let them go. And so that'll be a good week to clear those too, and it's always good to have those cleared. And so for the coaching card, I'm using the Good Tarot deck, and I really like this card. This is also one that I don't draw very often, but that has popped up a couple times for February for me. and it is the Six of Air, which is the Six of Swords. And I love the Good Tarot deck of it. In the traditional tarot, it's a sad person stepping onto a ship, just like in a cloak and just kind of downcast and leaving. And so it's kind of like that part where you're like leaving the unhealthy past behind for something better. So it's positive, but there is like grief. Like, if I think of it, the card like, you know, leaving an old house that you lived in that no longer serves. You don't belong in that neighborhood anymore. You don't belong in that life anymore. You don't belong in that house anymore. It's fallen apart, and you got a better job somewhere else and a better house. You get to move forward and stuff. But as you're driving out of that driveway, you're like, oh, like so much of my life happened in that house, and I'm so sad to leave it. So I feel like the Six of Swords is kind of like that in traditional tarot, where it's like kind of the sad part of leaving the past, even though it's a really positive step to leave the past behind in this case. But the Good Tarot deck has an even more positive feel, and I feel like this particular Six of Air is for us today. Notice the ship, there's not like sad, downcast people on it. It's just on a journey, and it feels like it's going home. There's just like, I don't know how or why or how they did this, but it feels like this ship is on its way home. There's birds just flying free and feeling great, and the ship is moving smoothly. There's not like rocky waters or storms or anything in its path. Like, there may be storms like other places, but not where it is. It's just moving forward gently and steady and joyfully. And so this week, as you work on those negative self voices, getting rid of that so you can enjoy your success, it's also the week to just kind of leave the past behind. Like, it feels kind of pivotal, like, you know, there was before this week and then there's after this week. You know, you're going to heal yourself from the limiting voices. You're going to embrace your success. You're going to start out on your hero's journey and be doing it. And you're just going to be moving on that journey. If there's a little bit of grief with that, that's all right. It's just normal and natural, even when it's a really positive movement. But this does not feel heavy. This feels light and airy and really positive. And so, I don't know, it's going to be great. It's going to be interesting, and I want to hear how it plays out for you. And so if you would like a private reading with me, go to wildwoodenergy.com and click the book online button. And there you can book an energy work session, a spiritual coaching package, or a card reading. And you can also subscribe to this YouTube channel and get free weekly readings. And I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and take care.